Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my September plan with me in my bullet journal. But first I'm going to be showing you guys my pages from August. August has been a pretty stressful month for me because I had to take summer classes and get ready for my semester to start, and a bunch of orders got lost in the mail from my shop, so it didn't leave me a ton of time to do journaling this month, but I'll show you guys the pages I have. And that was my last page from August. I really like that page because it kind of sums up all of the good memories that I had this month. Even though it might have been a stressful month, there were a lot of good times too, and I'm glad that I was able to kind of put them all on one page. And now I'm going to get into the calendar for September. So I'll have all of the links to the supplies that I use in my description of this video, so I'll have that there for you guys, but I'm basically using the Canson watercolor paper and some brushes that I have, and then I'm also going to be using this new palette for the first time. So I actually got this palette for my birthday and I haven't tried it yet, so I'm really excited to try it. I've seen a lot about these palettes on Instagram and YouTube, so I'm gonna try it out for myself. And this one is called the Decadent Pies palette, and I believe it's by Prima Watercolor. I know they have a ton of different palettes and this is just one of them, but I thought these colors stood out to me and they were kind of colors that I didn't really have in my collection yet. So I'm super excited to try them out, and I'm probably gonna only use a couple in this video, but I know that the whole top row is metallic, so I'm excited to try that one in the future. But I'm gonna first swatch the bottom row, and then I'll have a better idea of what colors I want to use in the painting that I'm gonna do. And this is what all of the colors looked like after they were swatched. They are so beautiful. My favorites are definitely pumpkin, apple, and blackberry. So I'm probably going to use a couple of those in this video. But first I'm going to sketch out my drawing for this calendar. And this month I decided to go with a butterfly theme. So as you can see, I got my little ruler out so that I could kind of measure the wingspan so I could get them a similar length on either side. I know it's really hard sometimes to kind of make these symmetrical, so that kind of helps the process a little bit. And I'm basically just going to keep sketching over those until I get my perfect shape for my wings. Now that I'm done sketching, I'm going to reach for a couple colors in the new palette that I'm using, and I'm going to actually go in with apple and pumpkin. So I would say pumpkin is kind of like a mustard color and apple is more of a burnt orangish red color. So I'm going to use both to kind of do this painting. And to do this, I'm using a large flat brush, which I usually don't use, but I thought it would be good to cover this painting and get the texture that I want. So I'm just going with up and down motions. I'm not going side to side, and I'm just making sure that I kind of fill everything in except for the very outsides. I'm absolutely loving this burnt orange kind of red color that I'm using, and it's so different than anything that I've probably ever used before, so I'm really excited that I got this palette and was able to try out this new color. I'm just going to add a couple more layers, and then I'm going to reach for my bleed proof white paint to add a little bit more texture. So I kind of like using white at the very end to highlight different areas and bring a new texture onto the painting. So I'm going to use those same up and down motions that I did before, and then I'll be done with the painting portion. Alright, so now that I'm done adding the paint, I'm going to reach for my micron pens and my uni pen pens to outline my drawing. Recently, I started a daily art journal, and I wanted to use it just to practice my drawing daily and get myself to draw even on days where I can't put my full time into a whole painting. So that is something that I've been really loving lately, and is what actually inspired this painting that I'm doing here. I love bugs, so on one of the days I did a moth in my daily journal, and I really liked the style of it, so that is kind of what inspired this butterfly calendar that I'm doing. So I definitely want to keep doing daily art journaling because it's definitely a way of kind of finding inspiration without worrying about creating a like perfect drawing or painting. So yeah, now I'm just adding a few little stars around the butterfly that I drew, and then I'm going to add a little bit of detail into the wings. So to do the wings, I'm kind of taking a very fine pen, and wherever the lines of the butterfly's wings meet is where I'm going to kind of thicken them up and kind of make like a webbing effect. Alright, now that I'm done with the detail of the wings, I'm going to take out my white jelly roll and I'm going to add a little bit of detail to the center of the butterfly. And I'm just doing some dots, and I'm filling in a couple of different spaces that I wanted to stand out a little bit. And then I'm just going to add some more stars to the outside. And of course I have to add a little bit of shiny gold to this painting like I usually do, so I'm taking out my really extra fine gold pen, and I'm just doing some stars and filling in the moon of my butterfly. And now that I've done that, this painting is finished. I'm super happy with how it turned out, and I love the texture and the colors together with the boldness of the butterfly. And now that I'm done with the painting, I've scanned it into my Procreate app, and now I'm just going to be adding the lettering for September as well as the little mini calendar at the bottom. And this makes it super easy for me to later on be able to add whatever text or whatever calendar I want to it when I add it to my shop. So yeah, I just finished the lettering of September, and I can't really decide whether to do black or white. If you guys have a preference, tell me in the comments, but I'm sticking to black for now, and I might change it later on. I'm just not sure yet. But I'm just pasting it in with my Tombow dual-sided tape, and then I'm going to add the gold stars again so that it is shiny like the original. Alright, now that my calendar is officially done and put in my journal, I'm going to work on my important date section. So I'm going to use the same two colors that I did the calendar with, and I'm going to take those and create a bunch of falling leaves. So on top, I'm just doing some leaves with lighter washes of paint, and then others a little bolder, and I'm just going to keep doing that until I've filled up the top. Now that I've painted all of my leaves, I'm going to add a bunch of little stars just to kind of match the calendar, and also I think it's a cute way to add a little something to it. And I am thinking of doing a video on how I draw stars, because I feel like I draw stars in so many ways, and there's like a million different ways to do it. So if you guys want to see a video on that, let me know, and I can kind of do a tutorial on little tiny stars like this. But yeah, this is how my little falling leaves painting turned out, and I just scanned it, uploaded into Procreate like before, and this time I'm adding the dates and the days, and then I'm going to add the lettering on top. And I'm just taking the lettering and the dates that I've already had from other past calendars just to make it easy, and I'm going to print that out. Now I'm just pasting that important dates calendar in, and I'm going to fill it out, and I feel like I have a lot going on this month, so I kind of want to have a place where I can plan everything and remember everything, so this is the perfect way for me to do that. And this is how my full spread turned out. I'm super happy with it, and I love the color scheme because it's almost fall. And I will have both this important dates calendar as well as the watercolor butterfly calendar in my shop by the time this video goes up. So if you guys need a theme for September, I have a digital download, or you can get any other month as a print in my shop. So yeah, I'll have that linked down below for you guys. And now I'm going to start setting up a couple of planning pages for September. So the first one is just going to be a habit tracker to keep track of the habits that I want to do every day. My graduate school just started a couple of weeks ago, so I need a more structured routine every day just to make sure I can get everything done. And so I'll have stuff on my habit tracker to make sure that I'm keeping up with everything I need to be doing. Alright, so now that I'm done with my habit tracker / daily log, I'm going to set up my first weekly spread of September. So I'm actually going to be using a couple of pictures that I found on Pinterest. I'll link my Pinterest in case you guys want to use these same photos in your journal. But I am also pasting in the little color swatches that I did of my new palette, which I thought was kind of cute and fit the color scheme, and I'm just pasting in a couple of different random pieces of paper. Once I've pasted all of those in with my little Tombow tape, I'm going to take out my watercolor set, and I'm going to go in with those same colors that I used on the calendar, and I'm going to add a couple of like splotches of paint. So this is where I'm going to put the days of the week, and I thought it would just be a fun little addition to this weekly spread. Now I'm going to take my micron pen, and I'm going to add a few little stars all around the little paint splotches. For the lettering of the days, I'm going to go in with my Tombow Fudonosuke pen, and I believe this one is the smaller one out of the two sizes. And then I'm going to just paste some of my little stickers into my journal. I'm going to use that same Tombow brush pen that I used before for the lettering, and I'm going to add some falling leaves to the spread. And I really like this marker, not only for lettering but also for drawing, because you can get really thin and also thick lines with it. So it's kind of like a neat way to be able to draw different things like leaves and plants. So I use it a lot for that. So I'm just finishing up the spread with a few small stickers, and then this is how the spread turned out. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and coming along and planning my September bullet journal with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. I'm actually going to be planning a few different videos this month, and one of them is a updated sticker making video. So if you want to see that this month, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.